Today, I'm going to make a quick start video guide for the T40 all-in-one stereo system. This has become one of my most popular record players by far, basically because it's got so many features. It's obviously got the CD player, cassette, AM/FM radio, USB, SD. It's got OGS in, it's got RCA line out, it's got pretty much everything that you could ask for. Okay, so first things first, let's just run through what's included in the package. There's an instruction manual that comes, obviously. It's got everything in there that you need. Now, the instruction manual is also available online at www.shizza.com.au. That's shizza.com.au. So if you do lose your manual, don't stress. It's available online. There's also a remote control, which is included. It has a battery already included, but there's a little plastic tab. You just have to pull that tab out. That exposes the battery, and then the remote control will start working. And the last thing that is included in the package is a spare needle. So that needle can plug on there, and if your old needle does get worn out, there's a spare one that comes with it. And I also sell the replacement needles at shizza.com.au as well. So before you actually start using the unit or playing a vinyl record or whatever, there's a couple of little things that you have to do. First of all, there's a little protective sleeve that goes over the needle. That needs to come off. It slides forward like that, and it just pulls off like that. You can throw that away. You don't need it anymore. There's also a little twisty cable tie that goes around the arm there, where there's a little lock that allows the arm to move out. And there's a little bit of tape here which holds the 45mm adapter in there. Once you've removed those three things, you're ready to play a record. Changing the mode on this sound system is pretty easy. There's two ways to do it. Basically, you've got a remote control which has a little mode button on there. And then on your display, you'll see that there's the mode. And then as we change mode, the display changes showing what mode the sound system is in at that point. Now you can also use one of the mode buttons down the bottom here if you lose your remote control or you don't have your remote control handy. So you can then change the modes using the buttons as well. Okay, so to play an album, the first thing you need to do is put the sound system into a phono mode. So you use the mode button to change it. Go cycle through the options until you get to phono. Once it's on phono, you're ready to go. Okay, so I'll just go through a few names of things. So this is the tone arm. The tone arm is what moves the needle back and forwards along the album. There's your needle. And it's just called a stylus or a cartridge, but basically it's the needle. You've got your Q lever, which lifts the tone arm up and down. You've got auto stop on and off button there, and you've got your speed settings there. And I'll show you all those in a second. Okay, so let's just play this album to start. I'm going to use the Q lever to lift the arm up. I'm going to move the arm over to the start of the album. I'm going to drop the lever down and the record will start playing automatically. Now, that's pretty much it. That's the correct way to use it. There's not much more to it than that. The only thing extra I will show you, which does cause trouble sometimes, is the auto stop feature. So just to demonstrate how it works, if when the album gets to the last track, it will get to the last track and it hits a certain spot and the record will stop. It's a great way to save your needle and your album from getting wrecked from overuse, because if without the auto stop on, it will literally just keep going and going and going until the record's worn out. So anyway, I'm waffling a little bit because I'm trying to make it so that it will actually stop. automatically any second, like that. Okay, now the only time I ever turn the auto stop feature off, some records will try and squeeze an extra track in and it uses up more of the space of the record. And I have had a couple of records at times where on the last track, it'll just stop halfway through. That's because it's hit the auto stop part and it thinks it's finished, so it stops. If you really want to listen to that last track, you need to turn off the auto stop feature. And if you do that, it will just keep playing like that and it will go all the way until the end. But if you do that, you have to remember to turn it off. Okay, so I'm going to leave that auto stop feature on. I'm going to use the Q lever to lift the tone arm up. I'm going to put the tone arm back into its position, drop it down. And that's pretty much all you need to know for playing a vinyl album. Okay, one thing I do get asked a lot about is the difference between the speeds. So at the end of the day, this record player will play all speeds and all sizes of records. So you've got every option available to you. But just so you know how it works, albums, which 99.9% of people love their albums, which is what I love, it's all 33.3. So you can hear the speed is the correct speed. But there are other speeds which go up. There's 45 and there's also 78. Now, obviously, you can tell that you need to find the right speed setting for your record. If in doubt, choose 33. The other thing I get asked quite a bit about as well is what this little 45mm adapter is. Now, this is an adapter that you can use because some really old school records come with a great big hole in it like that. So what you can do is, as long as you put that adapter down, now you can play a record. Now, while I'm at it, this is also a good example. So this is a 45. You'll see it's got written 45 on the record there. That means that you need to adjust the setting to the 45mm setting. Lift the tone arm up and now drop it down. Yep. Okay, that is a 45, which is essentially just a single. They're not that popular anymore because, you've basically got to keep changing records over and over again, but you have the option if you want to play 45s. Let's have a look at the CD player now. So using the mode button, you can change to CD. Use the open close button. Place the CD into the tray. Close. Takes a second to read it. Now it does take normal CDs, CD writable, CD rewritable, MP3 CDs. So it's got all of the options available. And that's it. Now, once a CD is playing, you can use the buttons to skip tracks. You can increase the volume. You can actually change the equalizer as well. There's an equalizer button, which you can change it from rock to pop, jazz, classic, flat, or rock. I usually leave it on rock. Okay, let's do a cassette. So we can, once again, use the mode button to flick through until you get the tape setting. Once it's on tape, you're good to go. This button here, the stop eject button, will open up the tray. Now it's really important to make sure that that tape part goes down. So if you put it in the wrong way and try and shut the lid, it will break the lid. Once it's in, you press the play button and now you're listening to a tape. Stop the tape, or you can pause the tape. You can fast forward. Unlike CD, you have to basically fast forward and then guess how far it's going to go. Okay, stop, eject. You can change from side A to side B. And that's about it for the tape. All right, so now we're going to look at the USB part. So this USB stick already has some music on it. I'm going to press the mode button until it says USB. And now it is in USB mode and it's reading it. And it's starting to play. Now, the USB will cycle through the songs exactly the same as a CD. So you can use your the shuffle buttons to cycle through the songs. Okay, so now I'm going to run through one of the best features of this record player, which is that you can digitize your old analog music. So you can use records, you can use CDs, or you can use tapes, and then you can burn it onto a USB stick, and then you can then use any other stereo then to play your MP3s. It's really not that hard. I'll just give you an example of how to do it. So first of all, you use the mode switch to put the record player into phono mode, like that, or you can put it into CD mode or cassette mode. It makes no difference as long as it's in the mode of the form of the medium that you're about to use. Start the record player playing. Now, when you're ready to record, as long as you've got a USB stick in there, you can press the record button and you'll see that it's now recording. You can see the USBs flashing there. That means that the record player's recording. It's digitizing the analog sound and storing it on the USB stick. When you're finished, you can press the record button again, and you'll see that when you do that, oh, sorry, no, you don't actually press the record button again, you press the stop button. That ends the recording. Now, you can lift that arm up, place it back down in the holder. Now, if we go back to the mode button, change it to USB. Now it will read the USB and it will start playing it. This is now playing what we just recorded from that album. Okay, so let's look at the radio now. Using the mode button again, you put the radio into, sorry, the sound system into FM radio mode, and then you can basically use the tuning button to tune into the right station. Once you've got it tuned into a station, you can use the program button here to, oh, hang on, where are we going? Yep, program button here, press it and hold it. And if you press and hold it, it'll bring up a spot. You can use the up and down buttons to choose a different spot. And then press the program button again when you've got the spot that you want. I think I've mucked something up though. I'll do it again. So I'll just go. Okay, I'll do that one. We'll press the program button, and then we will press the program button again to choose spot number 3. So now we can flick between spot number 3, spot number 2. So that's basically it for the radio. The AM radio is exactly the same. There is an aerial on the back, which I'll show in a second, which you can obviously string out and you'll get better reception than what I do. I'm just going to run you through a couple of the little ports that are at the front here. Now, I've already shown you the USB port. The SD card port, I don't have an SD card to show you, so it basically runs exactly the same as the USB port, but if there's a USB and an SD card in there, the USB will always take over. Same with the CD. If you've got a CD and a USB, the USB will take over. Now, there's an aux in, which is a great way if you want to connect another stereo system, or you want to, like plug your phone in or whatever, you can aux into it that way. And if you've got a pair of headphones, you can also plug your headphones into that port as well. All right, next function I'm going to go through now is the Bluetooth. Okay, so with Bluetooth, as soon as you put Bluetooth on, you can see that it starts flashing at the top there. That means it is sending out a Bluetooth signal now. The actual name of the Bluetooth is the Jorlai brand. I can't actually show it on your phone because I'm using my phone to make this video. But if you go into your Bluetooth settings, you will see Jorlai as one of the options. As soon as you click on that, establish a Bluetooth link, now you can stream from your phone or from whatever Bluetooth device you want to use into this unit and use it as a Bluetooth speaker. So the whole unit now can be used as a Bluetooth speaker. Okay, and just have a quick look at the back of the unit here now. You can see that we've got a red and a white RCA line out. Now this is fantastic because this means that you can plug any traditional RCA plugs into these ports and then connect this to any other stereo. So if you wanted to say connect this to some new speakers or another stereo system, you can use these RCA connectors to connect in like that, and the other end goes into your stereo or whatever it is that you want to plug it into. And now you can say, as an example, play a record into another sound system. Okay, so that is the T40 all-in-one sound system. As you can see, it's got integrated speakers built in, so it'll play record, CDs, cassettes straight out of the box. And it's also got RCA cables at the back so that you can upgrade later or connect it to another home stereo system. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoy using your T40.